Hello, this is a demo about virtual machine consoles in Cockpit. And here's a different approach. Earlier we had the expand and collapse toggle-like functionality where this VNC console here would get bigger inside your browser window, and then you could make it smaller again and put it back here in the embedded card. And now we try that and open this thing in its own window. So it's more like a detach operation in a pop-up. But first, I thought it's good to remind everybody that we have the launch viewer button below here, which does something quite similar. It runs a external application on the machine that runs the browser, ideally, if this all works. And looks like this. So a window pops out, we get disconnected here. This can go full screen, and you can do various high quality displays here and interactions. And if this works for you, this might be the best option. And we try to make it even easier to start with a single click instead of going via a download file. So this might be a real option for some people. Sorry. And but it has challenges with the networking. It has completely separate network connection to Cockpit, and you have to set it up, probably protected with TLS and all the good things that you have to then configure for libvirt and maybe proxies, etc. Or you have to use SSH tunneling on the command line and all these things. Cockpit has really good network connection to your machine. It's HTTPS. In this case, it's not. Anyway, it's HTTPS, and it does tunneling and everything, and takes care of your SSH keys and all of that. So it might also be good for other people to use Cockpit to access the VNC console. So I see this is now okay. We are back. We are connected. Yeah. Sorry, I was confused. It got disconnected because we started the external viewer. So, enough rambling, let's click this button. So something similar happens now, a window pops up, and we get disconnected here. And this is now the VNC console, but it runs still inside Cockpit. There's a crazy long URL here to make that happen. And it still has the VNC and serial things here. And there's no reattach button here or anything. You're supposed to close this now. And as you can see, it has opened with exactly the right size. There's some code to make that happen. And even better, this is now GNOME running inside the virtual machine. If we now say we want a slightly bigger frame buffer, then we can apply it. And you see the window, the browser window, has actually resized itself to cover again the full frame buffer without any scaling. You can still do the remote resizing, and then with GNOME you have to find the size, but it should be this one now. So maybe let's see if it follows. Not immediately, then you have to see here, what might it be? It's probably this one. And we apply this, and now I think it will follow. It's a little bit delay, but it does. So these interactions are a bit complicated maybe, and not super reliable. So maybe it's better to just keep it in no scaling or resizing and pick your resolution here that you want. And yeah, the browser window also has picked it up. Okay, I think that's quite nice. For Cockpit developers, so I think all the session management works okay. For example, if we log out here now, then this thing is not functional anymore. It doesn't look good. It should also say that you have been logged out, or it should be closed immediately, but at least we don't keep the session alive just because this thing is open. So the only thing you can do here now is close it. Let's log in again. On the other hand, if we attach this here, and then we just close this one, then this will stay alive indefinitely until you close this window. And there's no reload button here or anything. You can see there are no bookmarks here. There's no tabs here. If we open this thing again, new window maybe, and then what did it go? Up. So then we are still in because the session is still alive. And I wanted to show one more thing. Yeah. So if we close this now, go to virtual machines. So this is now again about the user experience, not about how the session behaves. This thing is actually a link. And as you have seen, if you open this, there are no tabs here. You cannot now attach it to this window as a second tab or even reload it or do anything browsery with this here. It doesn't have any history and nothing. But this is a link. So you can still middle click on it. And then it will open a new tab here. And this is now, what is it? Yeah, it's also not using the shell. Same kind of thing, but at least it's a tab now. It has a reload button. It might have a history if you want to mess with the URL here. You can detach it if you like, and then close it. And of course, you can open this in a new window or private window or bookmark it or whatever you can do with links, and that should also work. Yeah, so that's a pop-out. People also want to have complete full screen for their VNC consoles here. Let's connect again. And so like YouTube, so we could have a full screen button here, but the downside is that the API that the browser provides us to do this makes it so that the escape key will always unfull screen you, and you cannot type escape into your virtual machine. And I think it would not be good to offer this to the user and then just let them run into this surprise, maybe. So the workaround now would be to detach this and make it full screen in the browser explicitly. And yeah, let's see if we can get this to grow to one of these, huh? This one? Oh, even smaller. It must be at the top. Did that big. I'm playing around now. No. Okay, this was it. Yeah. And then you can unfull screen it or close it directly if you're done. Okay. One more point. I think the video is too long already. The demo is too long, but I'll make one more point. If you detach this, as I mentioned in the beginning, oops, now it has moved to a different workspace because it's so big. So if you detach this now, you still can switch to the serial console. Oops, it has moved again. What is going on? That was probably the VNC resizing magic. Yeah, you can still move to the serial console here. And I don't know if all this UI behavior of detaching and resizing and all of that is appropriate for the serial console. Maybe we should have a completely different flow for text consoles, and maybe it should keep the existing expand and collapse functionality, and then together with the way to collapse the sidebar, you get enough space for your text console. You don't have to be pixel perfect with this, and but still, this might be too small for some people. Yeah. Okay, that was a lot. Should I summarize it? Maybe. We have the detached thing here now. Works pretty much like launching a remote viewer, except uses different network access. And I think it works pretty well with all the resizing, etc. Yo, thanks a lot.